Hey everybody, I like to read a fictional yet all too realistic interaction between a husband, John, and a wife, Jane. So I'm going to read this and see if you can spot some of the dynamics that are at play, and we'll talk about it afterwards. Jane. John, you didn't clean up your coffee cup this morning after you used it. I had to put it away for you again. I feel like I'm always having to clean up after you. I have enough to clean up around here without you having to worry about you and your coffee cup. Do you realize how much is on my plate right now? I need you to start pulling your weight around here. John, I use my coffee cup every day. Why would I bother putting it away when I'm just going to use it again tomorrow? I don't like wasting time, and that would be a total waste of time. I don't understand why you are so upset over something so trivial. Jane, trivial? You think my time is trivial? And it does not take a PhD in psychology to know that this is a train wreck in the making. And I'd like to talk about this. So what'd you notice? We'll start with John. John is completely unaware of Jane's emotions, and she's brought a complaint to him, and she's getting upset, and he doesn't realize this, and he's attempting to have a rational conversation with her, and she's not listening to him at all, and she's getting more upset. So what about Jane? Well, Jane, she is also unaware of her own emotions, and clearly this coffee cup has been some sort of trigger for her, and it's brought up some deep and strong emotions that could have been there for a long time for all we know. And she's about to unload on John over this coffee cup. For her, it's obviously more than the coffee cup, but John didn't see this coming and is about to get blasted. And this is going to spiral out of control quickly if they don't gain control of what's going on. So what do you see? What do we see? That emotions have a profound impact on our relationships, for good or for bad. The reality is, what we need to remember is that we are people made in God's image. Genesis 1:27 tells us, and we have emotions. We have emotions because God has emotions. We see this all through the scriptures, Old and New Testament. God feels anger. He feels pain. He feels joy. He feels compassion. We see this Old Testament. We also see this New Testament, Christ, God in the flesh. We see this time and time again. And that's the reality. So we can ignore our emotions or stuff them to our peril, but we're missing out on an opportunity to really connect with ourselves and connect with God through these things that are God-given. But we need to understand that emotions drive some of our most noble and constructive behaviors. Emotions can be really positive. What do we see? Christ all the time feels compassion, and that motivates him to act in a positive way. However, emotions can also drive some of our most regrettable and destructive behaviors. And that's because human emotions are often twisted by sin. These ideas are really the foundation of the study that we're going to take you all through coming up here in a few weeks. The study is called Rediscovering Relational Wisdom, Going Beyond Emotional Intelligence. This study was put together by a man named Ken Sande of Peacemakers Ministries. And if you're familiar with emotional intelligence, this is a secular term, but essentially emotional intelligence has two dynamics or two kind of layers to it. The first is self-aware. You're aware of your own thoughts. You're aware of your own emotions. The other layer is you're other aware. What are other people around me thinking? What are they feeling? And that's pretty much where it stops. And Sande looked at this and said, this is incomplete. What are we missing? I mean, it's good to be aware of yourself. It's good to be aware of others. And what he found was we're missing God aware. What is God feeling? What is God thinking? What are his promises? Where is he leading? How does the gospel impact this particular relationship that's in question? And so he has kind of redone, looked at this whole idea of emotional intelligence and has added this God aware dynamic, and has filtered the whole thing through a biblical lens. And here's how he defines relational wisdom, and this is kind of the thesis statement, kind of the summary for the study. Relational wisdom is your ability to discern emotions, interests, and abilities in yourself and others, to interpret this information in light of God's word, and to use these insights to manage your responses in relationships constructively. Self-aware, other-aware, God-aware. That's really the foundation for this study. Dean, myself, and Kevin are really looking forward to diving in to this material with you. It is excellent. I think you'll find it challenging. I think you'll find it edifying, and I think you'll find it helpful. And I think, if we do this together and do a good job and pray for each other and do this in community, I think on the other side of this, we'll find that we feel more connected with God. We feel more connected with the people around us, and we feel more connected with ourselves. And that's our goal. We hope you'll join us, and we hope to see you in class. Thanks.